Hello! I'm having a bit of an issue making a video today because I've done about 10 takes and I just can't seem to get it right, so hopefully this will work a bit better. Anyway, today I just want to talk about how I experience bipolar when I'm high and when I'm low, so when I'm manic, when I'm depressed, and for each of those ends of the scale I have a psychotic element as well, so whether I'm high or low, when it pushes far enough then it goes into sort of psychosis. And I want to just kind of tell you a bit about what that's like. I'm hoping to make this one of my shorter videos because I seem to end up talking too much in my videos, so I'm just going to make this quite quick. I've written a few things down to help with that. So, generally, I experience the depression side of things more often. When I'm depressed, one of the first things that's noticeable is I sleep more. I don't want to get out of bed as much. I sleep during the day. You know, so even if I get out of bed, I end up like lying on the sofa and just sleeping. I'll have the cover over my head. You know, I don't want to engage with the world at all, to the point that I'll just sleep and sleep. And I just feel really exhausted. The other thing that's really obvious is I stop going out wanting to see people. I don't want to socialise. I don't want to talk to anyone on the phone. I ignore my phone if it rings. I ignore Facebook. I don't want to go online or anything. I just generally avoid people as much as possible, and I don't go out. And then obviously that's a self-fulfilling prophecy in a way, because you just, the worse, you know, the more you constrain your world, the more you, I don't know if you know what I'm trying to say, but the more you get, like, you can't go out as much, so you become more depressed. So it just sort of goes like that. I'm sure you know what I mean. So the other thing is I feel really empty. I don't care about anything. I don't have any like feelings about anything. I just get cold, and I don't find any pleasure in anything. I can't concentrate. I really like reading books, and I can't read a book even. I can't even concentrate to do that. I just don't care. I just don't, you know, I don't want to do anything. I just want to sleep or snooze or just ignore the world. And I feel quite worthless, and there's a lot of self-hate. I hate myself quite a lot. I feel ugly. I feel disgusted in who I am and myself and stuff. So that's kind of like the depression, the ball of depression. And I've had that many times. That's kind of a standard thing for me. It's just like eating vanilla, really, vanilla something. It's just like standard. Okay, so when it gets bad and it gets pushed further than that, so if nothing's done about it, then I start to become psychotic. And I've written a list of some of the things that I've felt before. One is that I'm dead or that I'm dying, and I actually feel like I am a corpse, that I'm a dead body. I've laid in the bath. Had a bath before when I've been like this, and I have thought I was in a coffin, and I could see my toes coming out of the water, and it was like, you know, the toes in the autopsy room where they have like the label on their toe and stuff. Like, it's like my body was laid out on the slab in the autopsy room. It's really horrible. Another one is that parts of my body are rotting, that like my face is rotting, my arms, my legs, it's just all like disintegrating, and it's diseased. I actually, when I look in the mirror, my face looks hideous. I look deformed. I actually can see that my face is fucked up, to be quite honest. It's just disgusting, and I feel so hideous. I can't even look. I don't want anyone to look at me because I feel like a hideous beast or some witch or something like that. And then the paranoia as well, that and paranoias are sort of different times, but generally people want to like perform medical procedures on me, that they want to take my organs, they want to test on me. It's all to do with my body, really. Just like with the rotting thing, the dying, it's all kind of based around that. So that's kind of when I get really like psychotic depression. Okay, so the other side of things is when I become manic, and this has happened quite a few times too, though not as often as I've been depressed. So generally I don't feel overly elated, but I feel irritable. I have a lot of energy and I can't direct it in any certain way. I feel really skittish. I can't stop moving. I'm doing loads of things, but I'm not doing them properly. That's not, I'm not doing a full job with anything. It's just kind of a bit of this and a bit of that, and I can't settle. Then I start getting, so I become very reckless and impulsive. I will just get in my car and just drive over the speed limit. It's stupid, like bad driving, not giving a crap. I go out walking at night in badly lit areas. I have met strangers. I go up to people I don't know in the street and start talking to them. This is a major thing for me is I get a really high sex drive. So I just think about sex and I just want it all the time. And that might sound funny, but it's not actually that funny, especially if you're in a relationship. It makes you feel like you want to cheat on them. And I can't get off the internet. I'm normally just attached to the internet, so I don't sleep as much because I'm on the internet, trawling through sites, looking at stuff. No real direction, just random, constant stuff, like to try and keep up with my head. I'm on the phone more. I'm not an overly sort of talk on the phone person, but I'll ring friends and stuff and talk to them really at length, and I'll be laughing really loudly on the phone to them and things. Okay, so that's like when I become manic. But then when when that gets pushed into the psychotic area, like I was saying before, some other things happen. So I feel really strong, I feel powerful, unbeatable, I feel like I could just conquer the world, I feel like I understand everything, so like I know everything about everything in the world, it's all in here, but I can't speak it because it's so I'm so much like a god that I don't need to speak, that I'm past speech, that it's just a being and knowing of knowledge and energy. Oh my god, sounds crazy, doesn't it? So yeah, I know everything to the point that I don't even need to talk about it. I'm a god. Nobody understands. I'm like a level above everything else. Everything makes sense. Everything just fits together. Everything in the world makes sense. But if you were to ask me, explain to me, I wouldn't be able to tell you. Like, I can't actually explain why, but I just feel it does. Every little thing's just clicked into place with everything else, and it's all very profound. And yeah, but it's a feeling, but there's no evidence to base it on. Like, if people were to ask me stuff about it, I wouldn't be able to substantiate my claims at all. But I suppose, I am going a bit crazy at the time, so what do you expect? One really obvious thing when I'm manic is I can't stop. Like when I said I can't stop moving, I can't stop walking. Like, I will leave the house and I'll just walk and walk and walk for hours and hours. I'll leave in the middle of the night and I'll walk around the entire city. I'll walk along dual carriageways. But it's like an elated kind of, when I get to that point, it's like being on a mission, like I've got this energy and I'm like building my power by walking and just sort of being out in the world and being merging into it somehow. Oh God, it's funny telling you about it because it actually makes me feel it, like, as I'm saying it. It's hard to explain, but I think a lot of you, if you have bipolar, you probably understand what I'm talking about, a lot of it. But yeah, it's quite crazy, and obviously psychosis is dangerous, and I've got into situations that have been extremely bad for me and damaging, both physically and mentally and financially and everything, really. So yeah, so that's that. I just thought it might be quite interesting for to hear that, and feel free to tell me about your experiences too. I'm trying to do most of my videos kind of quite constructive and happy at the moment, and how can we support each other and how can you support yourself. But I think it's still interesting to talk about the actual symptoms and the disorder itself as well. I think it's always good to hear other people's experiences. When I was in hospital, or the times when I have been in hospital, which is a few times now, one of the most helpful things was talking to the other people in there, the other patients, and hearing their side of things and their experiences and learning from them. So I think this is a good way of, having that, really, without having to go into the mental hospital, which is always good to not have to do, really. Okay, so I'll leave it there. Just over 10 minutes, or maybe a little bit more than that. So yeah, I'll be back soon with another video. Bye!